Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your host Timbigila Dube, and on today's video we are going to talk about loving ourselves through our crown. Yes, our crown. I don't need jewels and diamonds on this crown for you to know that it is a crown, right? So by the end of this video, you are going to know how to effectively implement self-love into your life. You know, people always talk about, oh, self-love, you just need self-love. Self-love. What is self-love? Is self-love just looking in the mirror and saying, I love you? Or, you know, going to get a massage? What really is self-love? So by the end of this video, you will not only know what self-love is, but you will know how to effectively implement this into your life. And this is especially for my Black men and women and children in this world, right? So this has to do with this book right here. It's called What is Good Hair by Timbigila Dube. Yes, by your host, me, the hostess with the mostest. Of course, I'm coming to you with the book. So four years ago in 2020, I moved to LA and I changed my life. And I changed my life. And it's just interesting to be making this video because this is 4 years later and I'm back in the city where so much of my life changed. During this time, a lot was going on for me, which, I mean, a lot was going on for the world. But internally, I was experiencing a lot of like turbulence. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy in so many ways, and I wasn't happy with myself, right? And there would still be times when I would walk past the mirror and question myself and my worth. And that's why even at the start of this book, on page number 0, I say, I dedicate this book to myself. I dedicate this book to myself, Timbigila Dube, for all of the times you gazed in the mirror and questioned your beauty because of the condition of the plant on your head. I also dedicate this to any and everyone who needs more love. You got this. A special dedication to my beautiful mother, Sitabile Matwasa. I wouldn't be here without you. That's number 1. That's number 1, right? I dedicate this book to myself for all of the times I gazed in the mirror and questioned my worth. There were times when I would look in the mirror and depending on the state of the plant on my head, this crown, right? And I call my crown a plant because, like I speak about in this book, the hair that comes from our heads is like a plant, right? It grows upwards towards the sun like a plant, where it derives its energy. This plant is so strong that regardless of what science says as this is a law, right? Gravity is a law, but yet my hair can stand like this, right? No gravity can weigh down this crown that I possess on my head. This plant is just that powerful. It's just the same way the trees continue to grow upwards and reach towards the sun, right? It shows you the immense power that comes from this right here, this. Okay, so let's get into it. How are we gonna talk? How is this gonna come back to self-love, right? I think it just started with self-love anyway, but how it is because so like I said, in the Black community, this is a term that we hear all too often. Good hair, right? Quote, good hair. And I remember this especially from youth, when I would be getting my hair done by maybe like my stepmother. It was mainly her that I remember hearing this the most from. And it was often in comparison of my hair to others, right? Not in appreciation for my hair, because my hair was never considered good hair. And she would often say things like, you know, things about my hair being too thick or this. She was also the first person who gave me a relaxer and to make my hair more manageable, and would compare my hair to other people who, quote, had good hair. And one thing at the start of the book that I first talk about is the term good hair and where that even comes from. Because in Western society, a lot of things that have come to be equated as, quote, good are things that have to do with white, right? Anything closer to white has always been considered good, right? Like skin complexion. The prettier the skin complexion was, the closer it was to white. The gooder the hair, the closer it was to resembling a white person's hair. Straighter, less kinky, and more straight, you know, like white people's hair. Anything that has been considered good in Western culture has largely been associated with white people and white things. So it's just interesting that even especially in the Black community, hearing this from people who I felt like loved me, right? Hearing them tell me how what I had was not what good was. And I know that at the time they were saying this, they weren't trying to be intentionally malice or evil. But these words, right? Words are very powerful. That's why in the 4 agreements, one of the agreements is be impeccable with your word, right? Words are very powerful. Words are so powerful in the way that they affect the lives of ourselves and the people around us. So thinking back to my childhood and the childhood of children I see around me every day, because albeit I have never birthed a child, I have played a role in raising a lot of children in my life. And not to get emotional, but I am, because to me, children are the closest thing to God, right? Like they were just with God so recently, and they're just so precious. You know, children are so precious to this world, and they deserve to be loved, and they deserve to know that they are loved. And a lot of that comes from the people who raise them and who spend time with them. So it's very important to be impeccable with our words. And I speak about being impeccable on our words in this book here. And I'm going to share with you something that even if you don't buy this book, that I pray that you take into your homes, into your hearts, and remember this for the rest of your days. For the rest of your days. At the end of the book, on page 48, I have a letter. Right. Look at how cute, too. And I guess you could screenshot this too. You can actually read the words right now. P.S. To all of the mothers, fathers, guardians, and beauticians, this is for you. Please, please, please be mindful of the words you use in regard to the locks arising from the heads of your precious little ones. Before they can form their own opinions of themselves and the world around them, they often adopt yours. Refrain from saying things like, "Oh my gosh, I hate doing your hair," or "your hair is too thick," or anything else that insinuates the difficulty of maintaining hair like theirs. Or worse yet, anything that might make them think that you don't like their hair. Statements like these affect the young minds of children more than we realize. Those ideas run through their minds and soon become things they unconsciously say to themselves. In order to instill more love into the hearts and minds of children, it is important to consider your rhetoric and tone in interactions with them. Speak loving phrases as you embark on styling their hair. I'll share some examples that you might be able to use or share with somebody you know who has precious little ones. Your hair is beautiful. Your hair is beautiful. I am blessed with hands that are able to handle your hair. I am blessed with hands that are able to handle your hair. Doing your hair does not have to be painful. Doing your hair does not have to be painful. I have enough time to complete the style you desire. You having thick hair means more hair to love. You having thick hair means more hair to love. I love watching thoughts turn to things as I create art in your hair. I will be patient with your hair. I will be patient with your hair. I am grateful to spend this time with you. I am grateful to spend this time with you. Helping children realize their beauty and youth allows for strong-minded and confident adults to blossom. As their guardians, you are their first teachers. Please gift them with affirmations so those seeds will take root as self-love in the future. Thank you for taking the time to learn about caring for their hair. I know they are in great hands with you. I hope this helps. With love, Tembegile Dube. Every time I reread that, it just touches me so much because these are words I pray that every child has the ability to hear from those who touch their crown. Because it truly is much easier to love oneself when you have been loved in the correct ways by people around you. But for those who haven't, like myself, we have to be the ones to do this for ourselves, right? These affirmations, I use them for myself. When I first started truly learning how to take care of my natural hair, I had to, for one, learn that it's going to take time, and to be patient with my hair, and to be gentle with my hair. Our hair is made of disulfide bonds, which are two sulfur atoms bonded together, right? And I show a diagram of this in here. This is a science-based manual for taking care of your hair, so you better believe research and facts are in here. My name also means trustworthy, so you can believe everything I say, okay? Like, if you didn't already believe me, take a deep breath. You can trust me. So these disulfide bonds, right? They are the bonds that create the curls in our hair. So the curlier the hair is, the more disulfide bonds there is in that hair. And these disulfide bonds are also very weak bonds. That means it's very easy to break these bonds or break this hair. So the straighter the hair is, the stronger the bonds are, the less breakage they experience. But the curlier the hair is, the more disulfide bonds, the weaker the bonds, and the more important it is to be gentle with this hair, right? So even when I say it doesn't have to be painful to do your hair, I had to say this to myself. And I had to learn the importance of slowing down. Slowing down. So doing my hair became a process of like making love to myself through my hair. Making love that I can enjoy, that I can hold on to, that has healed my heart. Because albeit I wasn't filled with the affirmations that that were seeds of self-love, that I was given a little more affirmations that were seeds of doubt and confusion, I had to learn how to uproot them and plant seeds of love within myself. So as I wrote every single word in this book, I made love to myself. I healed every crack, every crevice that entered my heart because of a doubt in who I am. This book taught me how to love myself. To love myself as the whole being I am today. It showed me that the answer to this question, right? I won't even make you wait to read this book. I won't even make you wait to read this book to figure out what the answer to this question is, right? My book is a question. The title of this book is a question. What is good hair? Did you think about what good hair is? Let me tell you. Look no further. What good hair is the hair that is coming from your head. That is what good hair is, right? Even if it's no hair, baby, that is good hair for you. That is good hair, right? Good skin is the skin on your body. Beautiful eyes are the eyes that are allowing you to see me. There is nothing or no one you should ever compare yourself to other than the previous version of yourself. Am I doing better than yesterday? Do I feel happier than I did yesterday? Right? That is the only thing we can compare ourselves to, is who we were the day before. I can't compare myself to you and say, this person looks like this, therefore I should be like this. It's nothing like that, right? So for me, loving myself began with loving one of the most important things to me in my life, or what I came to realize was one of the most important things as a Black woman, has been hair, right? This crown that I adore. And learning how to adore this crown in whatever shape it takes. So now I have locks, as you can see. I started my locks on October 23rd of 2023. So it's been a